Hello everyone, here is lecture 3 on solid electronic materials. In this lecture we will discuss on band theory of solids and energy band diagrams of few materials. Here is kind appeal for ignorance of alignments. In this topic we will see how a single energy level is transformed into n energy levels during the formation of a solid. Means in a solid or if n atoms are taking part, then any one energy level of an individual atom after formation of a solid will be split into n energy levels. So single energy level is split into n energy levels. So that we have to see, and those energy levels will contribute in the formation of bands, and how electrons are distributed in a band, and in a particular band how many energy levels will be there, how many energy states will be there. Those things we have to see in this topic. According to molecular orbital theory, it is stated that atomic orbitals of same energy can only interact. That means during the formation of a molecule, atomic orbitals of same energy of both of them will interact. That means 1s orbital of an atom will interact to 1s orbital of another atom. Similarly, 2s will interact to 2s and 2p will interact to 2p. It can be seen in this figure. It shows the formation of F2 molecule, chlorine molecule. So, see, we can see 1s is interacting to 1s of another, 2s is interacting to 2s of another, 2p is interacting to 2p of another atom. Let's see. To understand the other points, let us consider the formation of a hydrogen solid, which is made of n hydrogen atoms. As we know that the electronic configuration of an hydrogen atom is 1s1. So, similar to this figure, 1s1 must be on left side, and 1s1 of another atom must be on right side. So, but in our concept, 1s instead of 1s, we will substitute here psi A, and for another atom psi B. So, atomic orbitals will be represented by psi A and psi 1. Psi B. Psi A and psi B. Atomic orbitals will be represented by these symbols when both atoms are far distance. So there is no interaction between the energy levels. That means, see in this figure, psi A representing to atomic orbital of one hydrogen atom, and this is atomic orbital of another atom. But actually, at place of psi A must be 1s1 here. At place of psi B here, 1s2, 1s1 must be all here. Both of energy is same, capital. When they are at far, there is no interaction. But when they come nearby, and due to proximity, these energy levels, see, these energy levels, which are atomic orbital energy levels, will split into two molecular orbital energy levels. See, this one and this one. These are called molecular orbital energy levels or orbitals, molecular orbitals. Okay, psi plus and psi negative. Here psi plus is called bonding molecular orbitals and psi negative is called anti-bonding molecular orbitals. These are represented by C1 psi A plus C2 psi B, and psi negative is represented by this equation, where C1, C2, C3, C4 are constants. Summation is representing to that there is an attempt to occupy lowest energy levels, and negative is indicating to the disturbing things. So because of this and this one, this molecular orbital energy level will occupy upper energy level. Like here, see, anti-bonding molecular orbital, this one is occupied upper energy level, okay, and this one, okay, is representing to occupy minimum energy level. See, that is occupied lower energy level. Here E dash E prime is less than E and E double prime is greater than E. So when two atomic orbitals are coming nearby, we have two molecular orbitals. In other words, due to interaction between two atoms, we have two molecular orbital energy levels. Okay. In other words, when two atoms of same energy or when two atomic orbitals of two atoms of same energy coming nearby, this energy level of same energy, actually these are two energy levels, but due to having same energy, okay, it is representing a single energy level. So single energy level is split into two energy levels. Okay, single, two atomic orbitals are coming nearby, so single energy level is split into two. Similarly, that can also be seen here. We have this figure is included here for understanding point of view. So we can see 1s, okay, same energy is split into two. Similarly, single, same energy split into two. Okay. In other words, two atoms, two orbitals coming nearby, we have two energy levels, two orbitals, atomic orbitals, two molecular orbitals or two energy levels. One, this is here we can see spin up and spin down electrons are occupied in 1s orbital. This level is called energy level, but in a single energy level, we can see two electrons of opposite spins are occupied. So because of that, this energy level is split into two states. This single energy level is split into two states. In the upper state, spin up electron will occupy, and in lower state, spin down electron will be occupied. So in other words, the single energy level is split into two states. And in states, energy states, a single electron can occupy. But in level, two electrons of opposite spins can be occupied. Okay. In energy state, single electron can occupy. In an energy level, two electrons. Similarly, we can see here 3 orbitals are here, 6 orbitals are here. So when 6 orbitals are interacting, we have there are 6 molecular orbitals are forming. In other words, see here 2 to 5 electrons are here, means 5 energy states are here. Similarly, 5 energy states are here. So due to interaction, these are converted into, see, 6 electrons are here and 4 electrons are here. 6, 4, 10. So 10 states are formed here. As well as we know that if there is axial overlapping, sigma bond is formed. Actually, this point is not included in the theory. So while axial overlapping, sigma bond is formed. And when vertical overlapping is occurred, like here, we can see pi bonds are occurred here, 2px, 2py. So 2px shape of this subshell, this orbital is dumbbell shape, and this one is also is in dumbbell shape. So when sigma bond is formed, here sigma bond will be formed. So dumbbell shaped will be overlapped axially, but in making of pi bonds, dumbbell shaped will overlap vertically. Okay. These are the atomic orbitals of two different molecule atoms. Here the same atoms are considered. Different atoms can also be taken here. Okay, like CO formation, like other molecule formation also. Okay, and these are the molecular orbitals. And lower are called bonding molecular orbital, antibonding, bonding, antibonding, bonding, antibonding. And it represents the increase in the energy from this point to bottom to upper level. Okay, finally we got that when two atoms, okay, are coming nearby, there is a splitting of a single energy level into two energy levels. Okay, this process is known as energy level splitting. In terms of figures, See, when two atoms are at far, when the internuclear distance or atomic distance r is much more than the diameter, then the energy levels of this atom are represented by E1 and E2, and similarly of this one are represented by E1 and E2. There is no change in their energy levels. Okay? They have their own energy levels. But when they come nearby, see in this figure, when r means the distance between the centers, interatomic distance. D represents the diameter, so r equal to d. Then this energy level. So even these are the two energy levels of same energy, but we will consider here as single energy level since both of same energy. So this energy level is split into two. See, E1 prime, E1 double prime, and this energy level is split into further two, E2 prime and E2 double prime. So due to interaction of two atoms, the single energy level is split into two. This one split into two. Similarly, when three atoms are in interaction, then that single energy level will be split into three energy levels. See, three energy levels. And finally, when n atoms are in interaction, that single energy level. See, this single energy level, okay, will split into n energy levels. Similar, lower energy level is split, that is forming n energy level, and upper energy level. It will also be split into n energy levels. And these are located nearby. Because of that, we have a band. Since the energy gap between these two levels is around 10 power minus 27 electron volt. So levels are located too much nearby. Because of we have an energy band. Through naked eye, we can't see these levels or distinguished lines. Okay, these lines will look like as a band. Similarly, look like as a band. So energy bands are forming. Here we considered only two energy levels. This energy level may be represented to 1s1, 1s1. So it may be 2s1, 2s1. Similarly, other atomic orbital can also be shown here as a 2p, 2p and 3s, 3s. Then we will have the upper energy bands also. The formation of energy bands can also be understood in coming figure. See here, three figures are shown here. This figure is representing to the electron distributions in energy levels. So 1s, there are 2 electron, 2s orbital 2 in 2p 6 means there are 10 electrons. 10 means neon atom. It represents 2 neon atom. During the formation of a neon solid means when n neon atoms come nearby, okay, which kind of energy bands will be formed over there. Let's see. A single neon atom is located here, and the remaining n minus 1, capital N minus 1 are coming to nearby this one. So n minus 1 and this one 1. So there are total n. So when these n atoms are at far, see in the second figure, horizontal axis represents the interatomic distance. So when they are at far, okay, then the interatomic distance. This distance indicates to the distance in internuclear distance between two atoms in a solid or after formation of a solid. Okay, so this is called interatomic distance. When the distance is more than interatomic distance, means here there is no change in the energy levels. Okay, each atom will have own energy levels. Okay, there is no interaction among the atomic energy levels. Okay, because of there is no change. So n atoms have this kind of energy level distributions. When they start to reach this point, see this point, the interaction begins here. And according to the previous discussion, we have seen that when n atoms interact, a single energy level is transformed into n energy level. Similarly, here n atoms are interacting. Because of that, as soon as the atoms are coming nearby, on the basis of that, energy level splitting is occurred. The number of energy levels in this region will be increased gradually on the basis of the atoms are contributing, okay, or coming nearby. When 2 come nearby, here there will be 2. When 3 come nearby, there will be 3 energy levels. Similarly 4, and gradually when n atoms come nearby till to interatomic distance, when a solid is formed, then here there will be n energy levels. Similarly, n energy levels will be here. Okay. Single energy level when split, n energy levels. Here we have to see how many energy levels will be here. Actually, it depends on the orbital, subshell. So how many energy levels will be in a single energy band. Okay, during the formation of a solid. Let us see if 1s orbitals are interacting, how many energy levels will be here. 2s, how many will be here. For 2p, how many will be here. Okay, and so on. So before discussing further in this figure, let's see 1s atomic orbital will split into how many energy levels at interatomic distance. By following this one here, 2l plus 1 capital N, it represents to the split of a single energy into how many levels will be split while formation of a solid. So it represents to that one. Means in energy band, how many levels will be there. Okay, those can be obtained by following this equation. L represents to the orbital quantum number. For S subshell, orbital quantum number is 0. So when we substitute here at 0, then we have n energy levels. That means if there is interaction between s orbitals, then we have n energy levels in a band. Similarly, when there is interaction among p orbitals, okay, we know that for p, orbital quantum number L equal to 1. So we have n1 means 2 plus 1, 3n. So 3n energy levels will be in a band formed by p orbitals. So in other words, we know that a single energy level is made of 2 states. So talking about the S subshell, for which L is equal to 0. So we have the total states. We have seen that there are n energy levels due to interaction of n s atomic orbitals. See, n energy levels will be there, okay, in a band. Since each level is split into 2 states, because of by multiplying 2 we have 2n states. Similarly, we have seen that for p subshell, okay, L equal to 1 and we have 3n energy levels, and in similar manner by multiplying 2 we have 6n energy states. So while interaction among s orbitals we have 2n energy states, n energy levels. For p, 3n energy levels and 6n states. See, by following this one, this equation, we have energy states. By following this one, we will have energy levels. So in this figure, see, 1s orbital, okay, when n atomic orbitals, okay, reached at interatomic distance, okay, this single energy level is split into n energy levels, n, capital N. Since for s subshell or orbital, we have L equal to 0, so n energy levels, and n energy levels and 2n energy states. Similarly shown here, n energy levels and 2n energy states. And in single energy level, there are 2 electrons. Okay, for n energy levels, there will be 2n electrons. So 2n electrons will be occupied in these energy states. So we have 2 energy states in this band, n energy levels. Okay, since a single electron is occupied a single energy states, so we have already 2n energy states. So because of these 2 states will be completely occupied by 2n electrons. Okay. Similarly, due to splitting of this one, we have n energy levels, 2n energy states. In single, there are 2. So for talking about n, capital N, 2s subshells, we have 2n electrons. So it will also be completely filled. Similarly, here 6 electrons are here. Similarly, here 2p, okay, is split into 3n energy levels. We have seen here for p, L equal to 1. So 2 plus 1, 3n. 3n energy levels and 6n energy states. So here 3n energy levels are here and 6n energy states. In single energy level, there are 6 electrons. In single, there are 6. For n energy levels, we have 6n energy. 6n energy, 6n electrons. For single energy level, we have 6 electrons. For n energy levels, we will have 6 capital N, means 6n electrons. So these 6n states will be completely occupied by these 6n electrons. So all these 3 bands are completely filled. But here, since there is no electron here, so even then it is split and form a band. Okay, n energy levels will be here, 2n states. Since there is no electron in a single energy level, because of there will be no electrons in a band. Okay, since this one 1s, in which shell this subshell, okay, is in, that is called core shell, and this subshell is called core subshell or core orbital. In other words, it is called core energy level. So due to interaction of core energy levels, we have core band. Okay, and outermost subshells. Okay, these are outermost subshells. Okay, for neon atom, which is also called valence shell and valence orbitals. So due to interaction, we have valence bands. Okay, and as soon as we move far to the nucleus, okay, the spreading of the energy levels, okay, and the broadness of a band will be increased. Okay, because of that, core shell, which is nearby nucleus, weak interaction. Why? Since these electrons are screened by these electrons. Okay, since valence shell electrons means outer electrons, okay, will protect inner electrons or core shells. Because of that, splitting interaction, okay, I mean to say broadness of a bond, okay, making bond will be higher in valence bands. See, it lies at outermost. So because of that, interaction will be stronger. As a result of that, the broader band is obtained. Broadness is reduced here. Okay, become little sharp. Again, this too sharp energy band. So width of a band is gradually reduced while moving from valence, okay, valence band, valence orbital to move towards core subshell. So you can see width of a band is gradually reduced from upper to lower or gradually increased. And here, since there is no electron, even then the broadness of this band will be higher than this one, since it is located upper to this one. So as we move upside, the broadness of a band gradually increases. The vertical line is dotted line is drawn at interatomic distance when a solid is formed. Okay, actually we have to stop here. There is not need to draw further these diagrams. Okay, these figures. Okay, not need. But even if distance is further reduced, then what will happen? Okay, in such interactions, to know that one, these further splitting is shown here. When atoms are reduced further, means interatomic distance is reduced further than interatomic distance. Okay, so we can see bending of bands, energy levels is occurred. Okay, as a result of that, broadness, okay, is increased when they come nearby. Okay, So to see this vertical line, okay, which represents to interatomic distance, the interaction point, you can see here, these are the interaction points, the 4 band, okay, horizontal lines will be drawn. And those where those horizontal lines will interact to this vertical line. In the second figure, a vertical line is drawn, dotted line, at interatomic distance. Now we have to draw horizontal lines from the points of intersections here. See, horizontal lines will be drawn on this axis. 2 lines, and between upper horizontal line and lower horizontal line, okay, we have a band. Similarly here, the horizontal line will be drawn, and the region between those horizontal lines we have a band. Okay. Similarly here we have a band. Horizontal lines are drawn. We have a band. Again here horizontal line will be drawn, and the region between those horizontal lines is called a band. So since these are belonging to valence shell, because of the bands made is called valence band. So this one is valence band. This one is also lower valence band. Okay, this is called core band. Core band, lower band. This is upper valence band. Since the electrons of this band will contribute in further conduction process, because of we only consider this band. Okay, and electrons of this band and this band will not take part in the conduction, because of usually we don't consider these bands. And while discussion about the classification of solids, we only focus on this band and the upper band, valence band and conduction band. As we know, on the basis of the gap between these bands, okay, we talk about the metal, semiconductor, insulators. Okay, so this one is called valence band. It is completely filled by 6n electrons, and the upper band, okay, it's totally empty. See, 2n states are here, but there are no electrons. So it is completely empty. And there is a gap. This gap is called forbidden energy gap. We're talking about the neon atom. Neon solid works as an insulator. So here the energy gap will be more than 3 electron volts. Okay. Let's see, in the coming section we will talk about the metals and semiconductors, and how this kind of energy band is made. Okay. Similarly, this is one of the example of an insulator. So this energy will be more than 3 electron volts. Okay, it is completely filled and it is completely empty. So this is the process in which energy bands are formed. Okay, and on the basis of this is also called forbidden energy gap. This is also called forbidden energy gap. Okay. But since these two energy bands are considered, okay, for talking about the conduction mechanism, because of only this forbidden energy gap is considered. So this is the process in the formation of a bands, and we have already been seen that how many energy levels will be there in a band due to formation of different subshells or orbitals, and how many states will be there. Okay, and among these states how many electrons are filled. Here it is completely filled, but in some cases it may not be completely filled, can be partially filled. So on the basis of that one, that will be classified. So in the coming slides, these energy states will not be mentioned, only energy levels are mentioned. Okay, if energy levels are here, then that will be multiplied by 2. The number of electrons will be occupied will also be multiplied by 2. Okay, let's talk about few other points. These points have already been discussed. As we know, in a solid, if there are n atoms, okay, those atoms, number of atoms are around 10 power minus 28 atoms per meter. Okay, in a unit volume, there are 10 power 28 atoms, and the energy separation between two levels is around 10 power minus 27 electron volts. Two levels, okay, in a solid. At room temperature, it's around 300 Kelvin. the kinetic energy of an electron. Okay. That is expressed by kT, which is equal to 0.026 electron volt. This energy is much higher than the energy gap between two levels. So this is known as thermal energy. So thermal energy is much higher than the energy difference between two levels. So because of at room temperatures, okay, electrons can easily transform to upper energy levels of an individual band. See here, of an individual band, they don't cross their own band and transfer to upper band. Okay, they only transferred in their own bands. Okay, and in other words, in their upper energy levels. So by possessing this energy, so electrons can easily transfer to the upper energy levels of a particular band, but they don't cross their own band. And to need to cross their own band, okay, they have to face forbidden energy gap. And to overcome the forbidden energy gap, much energy will be required. Okay, for that one, external energy source will be required. With the help of that one, electrons can be transferred from the one band to the other band. Let's see the formation of bands in fume solids. First of all, we will discuss on lithium solid. The electronic configuration of lithium atom is 1s2, 2s1. So according to previous discussion, we will have this kind of electron distribution. See 1s2, 2s1. And at interatomic separation, okay, we have n energy levels due to interaction of 1s orbitals, and we have also n energy levels due to interaction of 2s orbitals. So n energy levels, and we have already seen that there will be 2n energy states. So 2 energy states, 2n energy states. So this is called core shell. Because of this is called core band. Okay, this is called valence shell. Because of this is called valence band. Okay, and we have already been discussed that the broadness of this band is higher than this one. And here n energy levels and 2n energy states, and those 2n energy states will be completely occupied by 2n electrons. And here n energy states, n energy levels and 2n energy states, and among these 2n energy states, only n energy states will be occupied. Means 50% energy states will be occupied, and upper n energy states, remaining 50%, okay, will be empty. So in this figure, okay, horizontal lines are drawn here at the points of intersection. See, again horizontal lines are drawn here. It's called core band, okay, which is completely filled. This is called, see, this one made by valence band, which is partially filled. The upper one means 50% energy levels or energy states are empty. Okay, and band made by empty levels and completely filled electrons. Okay, there is no energy gap between these two bands. You can see this is an empty band. In other words, this is filled band with no energy gap. So filled band, this is also known as valence band. This empty band for this solid is called conduction band. So there is no energy gap between conduction band and valence band. Because of that, okay, lithium solid will be a metal. In other words, it shows a metallic nature, or in other words, it is called conductor. So lithium solid is a conductor. Similarly, we can also see electronic configuration of 1s2, 2s2. Okay, so this band will be completely filled, and 2p, since there is no electron, even then it will split and form a band. Few lower energy levels, okay, partially will be overlapped with the lower band. This one, there is overlap. This band, there are 2n energy states and 2n electrons. Because of this band will be completely filled. And the upper one, 3n energy levels and 6n energy states. And since there is no electron, okay, so it is completely empty. But due to partial overlapping, okay, some portion will be occupied by electrons. The overlapping region will be occupied by electrons. Okay. So again, this is called core energy band. Okay. Now it will be decided which one will be the valence band. See, it is completely filled, and this one, the overlapping one will be filled. Because of that, it is considered to below band. So this one is called valence band, and the band made between these two horizontal lines, okay, is completely empty. That means it is considered as a conduction band. Again, there is no energy gap between valence band, it is completely filled, and the conduction band is completely empty. Let's see a semiconductor. So to know few points, this slide is included, and in this slide, this table represents to the electronic configurations of few semiconductors and insulator, okay, and interatomic distance and their energy gaps, total energy gaps. So these are the semiconductors. Okay, diamond is an insulator of energy gap is 5.47. The diamond is made by carbon. So we can draw the energy band diagrams, and as well as we have already been discussed about an insulator, neon solid, okay, in the previous slides. So it can be made by following that one. Now in the next slide we will see formation of silicon solid. So electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 3s2, 3p2. There are 14 electrons. And energy band gap is around 1.12. Okay. Because of this is a semiconductor. So let's see electron distribution. 1s2, 2s2, 2p2 is not shown here. 3s2, 3p2. Okay, 6 are here. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Sorry, 2p6 means 10 are here. 10 are here and 4 are here. 14. There are 14 electrons. So again, by gradually reducing, these are the core shells because of there is no splitting here. Okay, in the previous solids, the splitting occurred, but here there is no splitting. Okay, so there is a strong screening by these electrons to the core electrons because of there is no splitting. But these are called valence band electrons because of there is a splitting, okay, at this distance. And due to splitting of 3s, we know that there are n levels, 2n states. Single 2 electrons are here means there will be 2n electrons, means it will be completely filled. Here we know there will be 3n energy levels and 6n energy states. And since in a single energy level there are 2 electrons, means talking about the n p atomic orbitals, we have 2n electrons. So 2n electrons are here. So among 6n energy states, only 2n states will be filled, and 4n energy states remain empty. These are completely filled. By reducing the distance among atoms further, at this distance, we can see at this distance that is not shown here, means greater than P, it's in between P and C, nearby P. Okay, these two bands, okay, separate bands will be transformed into a combined band. And since here in the lower band there are 2n states, in the upper band there are 6n states, so in a combined band we have 8n states and 3n levels in the upper and lower n. So total by summing we have 4n energy levels, and among 8n energy states this 2n okay will be filled, means this band, the combined band, will be partially filled. and in other words, among 8n states, only lower 4n energy states will be occupied by these 4n electrons. So lower energy states will be occupied by 4n electrons. Okay, by reducing further, when in between A0 and B and nearby to B, we can see there is a splitting in a combined band. Okay, while reducing the distance, it occurs, and this combined band is split into two bands, upper band and lower band. In the combined band, there are already 4n electrons in the lower band. So after splitting, these eight energy states, okay, will be split into 4n energy states occupied by lower band, 4n energy states occupied in upper energy band. So here there are 4n energy states and here 4n energy states. In the combined band, 4n electrons were occupied in lower energy states. So those lower electrons, okay, will also be occupied in this 4n lower band, and the upper 4n energy states, okay, will remain empty. And since here there are only 4n energy states, and which will be completely filled by 4n electrons, and here 4n energy states, but there are no electrons. Okay, so when all n atoms reach to interatomic spacing, means distance, okay, see, vertical line is drawn here. Again, by following the previous discussion, by drawing horizontal lines at the point of intersection with a vertical dotted line, see, we have this one filled level. Since it is completely filled level, and this is completely empty, we have empty level. So this is called valence band, this is called conduction band. The gap between these two bands is called forbidden energy gap. It is around 1.12 electron volt. Since the electron energy gap is less than 2 electron volt, because of this solid, means silicon solid is called as semiconductor. And then after, there is no need to discuss in the splitting of further energy bands, but what will happen if there is reduce in further distance? So if the interatomic distance is reduced further, so till to this distance, okay, there is no splitting in the core shells, but by further applying pressure, if solid is deformed, then these levels start to split. Okay, and again this band moves to upside. Okay, it was already in upside, so it turned toward the upside. So distortion in the band is occurred. Since further reducing, repulsion among atoms start to occur. As a result of that, this kind of sudden, okay, you can see abrupt rise in the energy levels. So it represents the abrupt rise, okay, indicates the repulsion among energy levels, or in other words, among electrons. Okay, so we don't have to consider, we can stop to further distortion of energy bands after A0. Okay, if you draw this complete figure till to A0, means till to this one is enough. Okay, the remaining further point, further distortion and further reduction in the distance is shown to know the things happening. If the pressure is applied further, then what will happen? Okay, so finally, after formation of a solid at interatomic distance, okay, we have valence and conduction band, and energy gap is around 1.12. And by following this one, we can draw the energy bands made by atomic orbitals, okay, while formation of solids of any material. Thank you all.